So sorry for that. This is our CISD. Right, I'm explaining it to you how I trade it. Right, so you see this candle, this is like our recent pullback. Like I said, we need bullish momentum, pullback, bullish momentum. So the best for you is, the most easiest for you is to draw it out to the line. Even though it is on a candlestick chart, you're gonna push it, move it like this. You're gonna draw the bullish momentum, you're gonna draw the pullback, the bullish momentum, and then you're gonna get a aggressive move towards the downside to your most recent pullback, which is this. So what do you want to happen? You want the market to come to your CISD, and that is your entry towards the downside. But this is not my entry right here. I look for more than 2-3 confirmations basically. So my CISD is one of them. You're gonna have a inversion fair value gap, example towards your left. Let me mark it out like this. You're gonna get an inversion fair value gap. You might even get a fair value gap. Let's just say you got a fair value gap right here. So as you can see, you have a fair value gap right here, but depending on the size of this fair value gap, is my game thing recording? Oh, it's a recording. Yo, why is it not making a thingy? I usually aim for a inversion, and this inversion fell on my fair value gap basically, and then sometimes you might even have a MSNR right here. So what do I do? Example, here I have a MSNR key level, right? Open close key level, and I have my inversion fair value gap right here, and I have my CISD right there. So marking it out like this. This is your confirmations, right? This is the low of your confirmation, being the what? Being the inversion fair value gap right here, starting right here and there, and then this is the high of your confirmation. You need all of these confirmations, the high and low of all of your confirmations. So it's gonna look like this. Example, CISD right there, and this is your inversion fair value gap right here. Depending on the size of this fair value gap, right, let me do this. All these yellow ones are now basically confirmations. Let's say this fair value gap is like this. Alright, your fair value gap is like this. Then I would have marked out this fair value gap also as the low of all my confirmations. So now what do you have? So now what do you have? I removed this inversion right here because this is now the low of all our confirmations, and this is the high of our confirmations. So we have like 4 confirmations: inversion number 1, CISD, MSNR, and then normal fair value gap. So what do I do now? This is where you see my Fibonacci. I draw out, since we are looking for cells, draw out the high of that, draw out the low of my confirmation, the high of my confirmation towards the low, and you see here where those lines are black, that is my entry. And because of this entry model being so precise, you can literally put your stop loss for 30 to 40 pips. Your stop loss can literally be very small, targeting the opposite direction. So what will happen is, market will come Okay, let's say this will happen. Market will come like this. It will literally push up with a wick like this, giving you your entry, and then pushes towards the downside. So you need, this is my Fibonacci level, right? This is my Fibonacci levels, settings, screenshot this, and then put it on your Fibonacci, right? Just screenshot it like this. Good. So this is exactly what's going to happen. Like I said, this is much more advanced, so you will not be able to spot it very fast, but you will get used to it, so no problem. Now let me explain to you exactly how I took today's trade. Right, I'm not gonna go to the 4-hour time frame because you know it's a 4-hour candle. All right, so what I did was let the market move slower. Right, I marked out my high and low, and the market was taking very long to take out that low, so I made just a reminder for me that when the market comes here, boom, take it out. So this is exactly what happened. Market, no shit, this is way too slow. Market was moving, and I drew out that blue box to show myself that market is consolidating. Right, so as you can see, market was consolidating. So when you trade CRT, majority of the times you will see moves like this happen on a smaller time frame. Right, so you see AMD, which is accumulation, the market doing this, manipulation and distribution. Right, so if you trade the CRT PO3, which is basically a CRT model based off of 30 candles, then majority of the time you're gonna look for something like this, but you're gonna take your trade about here because you're gonna focus on the third candle. I don't give a damn about the third candle because I don't trade it like that, but I'm just showing you that majority of the times if you're gonna look for a CRT trade, you might get something like this. You will have accumulation, right? You're gonna have manipulation. So that is where a lot of people think, okay, the people who trade breakouts, they think, yes, beautiful, we have a breakout now, let's start selling. So you're gonna have your that, and then what is the market gonna do? Is gonna show you my sack. I'm buying, taking out everyone that sold, and then boom, distributes. So this is exactly what happened here. Sometimes you will see this happening and you must focus. So here you have your accumulation, here you had your manipulation. Market took out that low. I didn't get a 15-minute or model 1. I didn't get it here. Market pushed up. Right, so this is what happened. Let me remove this. Right, like I said, so here this happened. Right, on the 5 minutes I marked out this right here, which is actually not used or no need, but I did mark it out. Right, I marked that. This was my CISD candle. Right, this was my CISD candle because after this candle market didn't move towards the downside anymore. This was my CI. Let me make it yellow, make it 2 lines and make it yellow. All my key levels, make it yellow. CISD line, and then I had my MSNR line, and I can't remember if I took out if I maybe marked out this line also. I don't know, can't remember, but I marked out something, man. But yeah, I can't. Yeah, I think I marked out a straight. Let me just check on my other phone real quick. So no, I marked out this key level right here, right? So what happens? This is the low of my confirmations. This is the high of my confirmations. Yeah, I didn't have any fair value cap. So don't care about people telling you, yeah, Marcus Raksha fair value cap, boom, go. They're gonna lead you to misguidance, or they're gonna misguide you, gonna mislead you. This is the low of my thingies, my confirmation. That's the high of my confirmation. So this is where Fibonacci come in. Since we're looking for buys, you draw it from the low to the high of your confirmation. So this black line is where you look for your entries, right? And then, like I said, I aim for previous highs. These are all previous highs. That's why these are my take profit levels. So you mark out on the black lines. You're gonna look for your entry. On these black lines, you're gonna look for your entry like this, targeting the opposite high, and you must take partials here by these previous highs, and then you'll see how the market moves. Look here. Okay, I think I marked out something wrong here. I need to check my other phone. I can't remember how I took this trade really. Oh yeah, so this actually I took my trade here after I got this rejection right here. So market came in here, market tapped into your CIST and then went into your Fibonacci and then pushed towards the upside, but I was late for this trade, so I took an entry base of the rejection, which I never done before. So there was the first time took a trade base off of that rejection and then pushed towards the, waited for that high, and then stop loss was I think here or something. But like I said, with this entry model, stop loss can be very very tight, and this is basically how the trade went. After I gave the signal, it went straight into profits. So that is model 1, model 2, and model 1.1. I think I'm going to explain model 1.1 in the one-on-one group, because just as to explain it for everyone like this, it was going to take a lot of time. So yeah, model 1.1 is much more advanced, so you do need to take much more time with it, but I would recommend first focusing on model 1 and 2.